To get a comment on you on the Wilder Joshua. I know you did a few interviews yesterday that came up. Is that really going to be the natural next fight?
I mean, I just said that, you know, we reached out to Wilder's team back in August to do a fight this year with probably Dillian Whyte actually, or potentially Anthony Joshua. They replied yesterday and said they'd like to, yeah, but you know, he did end up fighting Helenius, so it's not, you know, and saying, look, we'd like to hear more. So I invited them here this weekend. They can't come, but we'll explore that. I mean, I see that as fight 2 for Anthony Joshua, probably, but it depends when he fights. Like AJ, if he fights earlier in the year, he'll probably have his bigger fight in the summer. And that bigger fight will be Dillian Whyte, Deontay Wilder, who knows what happens with Tyson Fury. So, but AJ kind of like, he's not really interested in just having tick over fights or like that. Sometimes those fights are very dangerous in the heavyweight division. So he loves the Wilder fight. I think I've said that it could be the biggest fight in boxing. And I know the Fury fight's big, but AJ against Wilder is a huge fight. So we will continue those conversations with Shelley Finkel, and hopefully we can work with Deontay Wilder.
How does that fight get made? Because we're seeing that Tank and Ryan are having trouble with that fight. It seems to be like the main issue is the broadcasters. Deontay's, I think he's with Fox, but I don't know what's happening with that coming up in the next year. Is it something where he would have to go to DAZN, or how would that work?
I mean, again, like I think DAZN are very willing to work with broadcasters to make sure the best fights are made. Again, I don't know enough about the Tank Ryan Garcia issue. It sounds like Showtime don't want DAZN involved, and if they did, the fight would get made instantly, right? So, and then when you look at Spence Crawford, after Crawford's comments last night, it was, we offered them more money than we could have made, but ultimately we couldn't do it because it wasn't a PBC fight and they wouldn't allow that. So I think that's all you can do really, and ultimately our offer to Deontay Wilder would be probably just that. Here's an amount of money for the fight. If we have to work with cross networks, we have no problem looking at that. Anthony Joshua is exclusive to DAZN. We can look at a dual broadcast. We can look at just making you an offer, and maybe contractually you can just accept that offer. I don't know, but you know, these fighters have to also look out for themselves and take on opportunities. And if fights can't get made in one way, they should look at another way. Contractually, sometimes that's difficult, but if it's not difficult contractually, you have to look at that. And if Errol Spence was really offered 20 or 25 million to fight Terence Crawford, he probably should have taken it, but was obviously told not to take it. But now he's going to be fighting for a quarter of that to fight Thurman or Stanley Onis or whoever it's going to be, you know.
Going on a different topic now, Eddie, I just want to get the status of Usyk. Is he still with you guys?
That was our last fight. Actually, his contract lapsed with us before the AJ fight, but because we had the rematch clause, obviously we had that fight. I don't rule out working with him again. I think I've done his last 6 fights or something like that, and you know, we've done a great job for him. He's a great fighter, great person, and I guess now he'll just wait for the Fury Chisora fight and then look to fight Alexander Usyk in the Middle East.
You guys are trying to sign Usyk again, or has he indicated?
I think he's got his own team of people, and it's not very difficult to do what he's going to do, which is just wait and receive an offer to fight Tyson Fury. So we're here to help him if he ever wanted to work with us again. We've had a great relationship, but no immediate plans to approach him to try and sign him or re-sign him. I'll let him do his thing, and we've done a great job for him.
What about Gennady Golovkin? It was revealed during that fight week that was his last fight with DAZN or with you guys?
No, he wasn't signed with us. We did some co-promotional work with him. I don't know his DAZN position. I know they're talking about further fights. I think he has a couple of mandatories now, Falcao and Lara after that or something like that. So I think he's in a difficult position now really, because those fights aren't that big. He's made a lot of money. You're not going to want to come back at his age and just, I think, fight Falcao and Lara for poor money. So his next move is going to be interesting.